Coming up on today's Cook and Crave, we are going to bring you a good German soup, Knoephla, and also a nice citrus salad. That's all coming up on Cook and Crave. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne.
And welcome to today's Cook and Crave. Today we are going to be making that delicious Knoephla soup.
Yep.
Nice German soup, and then also a citrus salad. So let's get started.
Okay. Well, we're going to start over here by the stove. I did get my water starting to boil here.
Okay.
You start with about 3 quarts of water. You can give and take a little bit. A lot of times we'll maybe add just a little bit more water because we don't like our soup real thick.
Okay.
So, but at least 3 quarts of water. And we're going to add, I diced 3 potatoes.
Okay.
So I'm going to just put that into there. And then we're also going to add a teaspoon of salt, and we're going to, while the potatoes are getting soft, we'll mix up our Knoephla dough.
Okay.
But I got the salt over here, so let me put about a teaspoon of salt in here.
Now, I know that there's a difference between potatoes, whether it's a red potato or a white potato. What's the best kind of potato for making a soup?
I like the red potatoes better than the white. The white are great for baking, but when you're doing, cooking them, like for mashed potatoes or whatever, your red potato just gives a better, creamier potato.
Okay.
Than that. So.
Okay, I knew there was a difference.
Yes. Okay, and also, while the potatoes are getting soft, we're going to have our pan here, and I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter in here, and we're going to saute some onions too while this is going on here. So let's put that on low, and I do have my onions already chopped in the fridge.
Okay.
So I'll have to get that. Okay, now let's saute our onions. The butter is about melted there. So you're going to use about a medium onion.
Okay.
So just chop that. And we're not going to turn this on too high because it's got plenty of time to saute while we're, getting our potatoes soft and mixing up our Knoephla dough. So we're going to put that on about medium and just leave it there. And every once in a while, we'll just have to come back here and turn them around. So,
sounds good.
So the potatoes are cooking here. Let's go over. And we're going to make our Knoephla dough.
Okay.
Start with about 2½ cups flour, and then we use 4 eggs. So let's crack them eggs in there.
And we're using a whole egg.
The whole egg, yes.
Now this is a recipe that I know you've done for a long time. Now is this something that it came from Grandma, or where did you get this recipe?
Well, this recipe I actually got from a friend, Dolores Glosser. She's an old bowling friend of mine from years past. And, when you're bowling, you talk about all this good food or whatever. And it was like, I just said, I would like a good Knoephla recipe soup. Recipe for Knoephla soup. And she says she had one. And boy, was she correct when she said it's a good one. Out of all of the ones that I've tried or had in the past, I like this one the best.
Okay.
And we're making our own dumplings here versus, you can also buy Knoephla dough, and that's a little bit more consistency. It's a little heavier dough than what these dumplings are. So we got that in, and I'm going to get some, I guess I got a teaspoon of salt right here in there. And now we need a cup of milk. Okay, so we added our teaspoon of salt, and now we're going to add a cup of milk. And just take a fork and just mix that up. And the dough will be fairly soft.
Okay.
But like I said, it makes a really nice soft dumpling.
Easy to make, and this doesn't take long once the potatoes are cooked.
That's right, and it doesn't take long for those potatoes to get soft either. So,
Okay.
that looks like that's already mixed.
Yep.
And so you can see that the dough is pretty soft.
Just want to get everything well blended with the eggs and
Right.
salt and.
Okay, we'll bring that over here, and let's just turn our onions. And the onions will brown a little bit too, and that's what we want,
Okay.
is to brown a little bit. And I'm going to just come over here and get another fork, and let's just check to see how the potatoes are doing. Well, they're starting to get pretty soft. You know, by the time they're not completely soft, but they're starting to get soft, by the time you have all your dumplings in there and cooked, your potatoes are going to be soft. So
Okay.
we can start putting in our dumpling, and you're going to be my helper.
All right.
You think you can handle that?
I can try.
A good trick before you start is put your spoon into the hot water.
Okay.
So then when you take your dough, and all you want is a little piece like that, it comes right off. And then you just keep going like that. And you don't want to make them too big because they do expand in there. So this takes a little time to get that all in there, but not really too bad here. So
Well, it depends on who's doing it. You probably could have this done in 2 minutes and it would take me an hour.
Well, one thing, at least they don't have to be perfect. And you don't have to have the exact amount in there for each and every one. But just
All
don't
right.
get too carried away for the size. And that, because like I said, they do expand. Okay, well, we're getting about down to the last there, aren't we?
It does. This is a 2-person job.
Yeah. Well, it goes faster, you know, with 2 people in that. So we'll just get that.
Well, this is something you can definitely, you know, half the recipe too, depending on the size of your family. I mean, this soup, several days in a row.
But it, like I said, it heats up very nicely, and that's so you don't, you know, it's not going to go to waste, for sure, and that.
Yeah.
But yes, you could definitely just cut it down or whatever. So now we're just going to let that, you can see already how the dumplings just rise and come right up there. It doesn't take long for the dumplings to actually cook. But we're going to add 2 tablespoons of granulated or chicken base flavoring. So I mean, I've just got the granulated. You can use the bouillon cubes or whatever. So I'm going to just measure here. You know, when you start with your kettle of soup, you think, oh, a teaspoon of salt isn't probably very much. But your base, chicken base, has quite a bit of salt in it.
Yep.
So you don't want to get it too salty.
You can always add the salt at the end.
That's right. You can add that to the end there. So we're going to just stir that up and just give that a couple more, but just 2 minutes yet, and I think that's all it's going to take. And our onions here are already, you know, sauteed and turning brown. So that's going to be ready. So let's just give that just a moment, and then we're going to start on our salad.
Sounds great.
Okay. What you want to do is take a nice bunch of romaine lettuce, just tear that up, and then it asked for 1/4 cup fresh chopped cilantro.
Okay.
So I already have that in there. And it asked for 3 medium navel oranges. And you know what I did this time, because clementine oranges are in, and you know they're so easy to peel and they're so nice and sweet, that's what I used for here.
Well, and for a salad, you know, it's the perfect size.
Right, they're not too big, and you don't have to worry about any seeds. And then I peeled a smaller grapefruit.
Okay.
And I actually peeled it and sectioned it and stuff, and that way I was able to get the skin off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it asks for 2 diced apples.
Okay.
And it says to peel the apples, but you know, you peel the apples, you're losing a lot of nutrition. You got a good fresh apple, you know, if you don't mind the peelings, I left them on. So
Okay.
we're going to put that in there. So you already have quite a tasty looking salad there.
Oh, very colorful.
And the dressing is really easy. We start with half a cup of apple juice, and it asks for unsweetened apple juice. So we're going to just pour that in there. And you know what we're going to do when we have this salad all mixed up? We're going to just put that salad on a plate and drizzle the dressing over the salad so that, you know, if you're not needing the whole, whole bowl of salad for one sitting, you're not going to, you know, have it get soggy on you. So,
Right.
So we did a half a cup of apple juice. Now we're going to do 1/4 cup of lemon juice.
You know, certainly if you're going to serve it as a, at a dinner where it's probably all going to get used up.
Then put your dressing in there and
Yeah.
put your dressing in just right at when you're ready to sit down.
Right,
You know,
before
at
you
the
serve,
last
yeah.
minute. And then it asks for 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
And it actually asks then too for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I've got that salt here. And I'm going to just here. And it asks for 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon in there.
Okay.
And that just gives that little extra flavoring, you know, with the citrus fruit in there. So we'll put that in there. And you want a nice tight container that, you know, you can really shake that up with. So I just need to snap that there, and it's tight. And so you just shake and mix that all up. And if you'd like to go ahead and mix that salad up,
Certainly.
you sure can do that. And then I think our soup is going to be about ready.
This certainly makes a pretty salad.
Yes. And it isn't amazing how fruit really will put that extra zing to your lettuce.
Oh,
And
sure.
that and stuff. So okay, we're just gonna go there and just put that in there. Okay, and just get a little bit of more fruit in there. I know we got lots of fruit. There. And like I said, you know, rather than mixing up that whole bowl, we're just going to drizzle, you know, your dressing over there. So just shake it well before you put that on there. And
I would think that if you do it this way, you can certainly store that dressing in your fridge for quite a while. It's not going to go bad.
no, it won't. Okay, so we already got that salad. Let's go over here and finish up our Knoephla soup.
Okay.
Okay, oh, that looks like that's done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the sauteed onions.
That adds a little bit of color too.
Right, yes. And good flavor, very good flavor. And then it asks for about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of cream. So I've got some heavy whipping cream here. And just pour that in just right at the last and mix that up. Okay,
Oh, looks perfect.
that looks like that is done. So we'll just bring that on over here, and I'll set that down, and you know, I'll just get us a bowl here.
All right.
And you know, your soup does thicken, you know, when it's set. So the next day, you know, your soup probably will be a little bit thicker. And if you find that it's too thick, you certainly can add some water to that
Sure.
and thin it up a little bit, because your dough and your flour is always a thickening agent. So, you know, and that's why I said you don't want to make it too
Too thick to begin with.
correct. Yes, that's right. So I'll just set that back over here. And let's get a spoon. I have to have that, a spoon. And, you know, just to dress that up a little bit, we can actually put a little sprig of parsley on that.
All right. Looks
Okay.
wonderful.
All right, so there we have our salad and your soup, and we're going to be ready to go.
Okay, sounds great.
I think we're ready to sit down for a hearty lunch here.
Sounds great.
Okay.
And again, we have this Knoephla soup, and from your bowling friend Dolores Glosser.
That's correct.
Thank you, Dolores, for sharing your wonderful recipe with our family. And an awesome citrus salad. Please go to Consolidated's website, www.ctctel.com, to get these recipes and to submit your recipes for us to cook for you here on Cooking Crave. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for our sponsor, The Worst Shop, as well. Have a great day.